Donatello, Leonardo. Yeah, no, well, not those turtles. A little older than that. 24 after 10 o'clock, 24 degrees right now. As far as I'm concerned, Barbara's won today at 27 degrees. But I still think there's plenty of day to go. So 28 degrees. We're going to get there. Believe me, we are. Tuesday, November 16th, and believe me, absolutely elated. But let me do this first.
Galaxy 107fm.
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, and today, absolutely elated, and I got to welcome along everybody that's joining us this morning on Facebook Live. Absolute pleasure to have you guys along. I'll just readjust that camera, it's sort of swinging to one side there a bit. And by the way, guys, I'm watching you, watching me, watching you kind of thing. But today we're joined, would you believe, by Mark and also Donnie from the band Creatures of Condition, good old friends of ours here at Galaxy, and we're releasing a couple of new songs. Now, we've played this one, and we haven't said a heck of a lot about it, but officially we're going to release it today. Here's Creatures of Condition and a show of hands at Galaxy. What's the temperature over there, guys?
Today, yeah, and I think in Windsor we're at 2 or 1. We had snow yesterday.
Wow. I've heard a place called Banff is expecting 50 centimeters of snow.
Oh,
Yeah.
Seriously?
Mountains area.
Ooh, no, thank you.
And
Yeah.
Hi,
in the
Marie.
mountains.
But yet again,
Definitely.
in Vancouver right now, British Columbia, they're having weather cells, storms and thunderstorms and heavy winds and stuff.
Yep.
Welcome to winter, guys.
I was born in the wrong climate.
I don't know.
I should have been on the equator.
Well, I tell you what, we're coming into summertime, and you know, I'm not going to think of you not once through the winter.
I don't blame you. I wouldn't think of it either.
I just got back from a trip to Mexico,
Yeah.
and it was about 25, 26 every day. So it was very, very nice. And then now we come back, and a lot of leaves to rake, a lot of things to put away, and yeah, it was. It's not fun.
Now, oh, look at that.
What are you doing?
You see, I knew he was watching us, watching us.
Watching him.
Yeah, I've heard about people like this. They're the ones that hide the owls and the Daves away
Hi,
from you.
Donnie.
They
How
are.
are you? Hi, Donnie.
Barbara, you got something going on here.
Yeah, Barbara's the lady, I'll tell you.
You're right here.
Oh, that was funny.
Gosh, it's hot in here. In here, even though it's only 25 degrees outside, in here, put another 10, 15 degrees with all the computers and everything running.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to employ some Kiwi air conditioning.
There'll be nothing left of you, Grant.
Look, Donnie, you might appreciate this. I asked the management this wintertime, you know, coming up summer, it's going to be damned hot. Can I get somebody as a fan? And they went, what do you mean? And I went, well, you know, I want, you know, somebody, you know, maybe Swedish, Scandinavian, 6 foot tall, blonde, blue eyes, you know, with one of these things going on this summer.
Well, by the way, Grant, that's a Russian.
Okay, well, one of them as well. I'll take, yeah. You know what they gave me?
What did they give you?
A gold ear.
A gold ear.
A gold ear.
What's a gold ear?
It's a brand name of fan.
It's a brand name of a fan.
Which is going at the moment.
Oh,
so you must be
okay.
They got sick of me asking them to put some air conditioning in, and they said the windows are good enough. So,
What's the humidity like in New Zealand? Do you guys have a lot of
It
humidity,
all
or?
depends.
let me tell you what it is right now is 59%.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
Not bad.
Because we get a lot of humidity here, and it's when it gets cold, it gets really cold, and when it's warm, you just you perspire a lot.
Yeah, yeah. Believe
I
me,
don't
No,
think
you
it's
lose weight.
we're looking at the
Weight loss.
lower to mid
Sweating.
40s this year.
Hope
Okay.
not.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
But I'm hoping it ain't going to get like what it was in Vancouver over summertime, 50 plus.
Hey,
So
you know
I'll
what,
live in
Grant?
my pool for the summer.
Since the last time we were on, I have lost 25 pounds.
Wow.
Where'd you
Wow.
lose it?
The wife said I can't tell anybody.
He keeps it in the closet, doesn't he? Just in case he needs it later. Yeah, I get it. I understand.
You know, during COVID, people put weight on. He took it off.
He took it
Well
off. Yeah,
done.
it's a
Well
great
done,
thing to
Donnie.
do. How many countries this morning? 87 countries. That's not bad.
Oh, Terry,
Yes,
We
Terry
got
Van Cullens
87
just said something
countries.
to you.
Yeah,
You
well,
know what? You're the man.
Yeah.
You are the man.
We're
You
in-
are the Wolfman of New Zealand.
thank
Yeah,
you. We are
yes, the
in every country
Godfather.
of the world, literally.
Godfather.
Where's the light on?
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, and today we're joined by both Mark Levesque, Donnie Coulter. Donnie, literally, believe me, he watches a lot of these interviews, and now he's going to star in one himself. He's done it before, he's an old hat at it, and, you never know, he might get another 1,500 friend requests on Facebook anytime now. Go on, I dare you. Go and find Donnie Coulter and bomb him. Literally.
Mr. Grant, do not plant seeds.
Why not? I'm a farmer, I'm allowed. Gotta say hi to good friends of ours. Emery Shea's watching. Emery, absolute pleasure to have you on board. It really, really is. And if we don't talk between now and Christmas time, New Year's, have a very happy Festives, have a very safe Festives, and enjoy the time of the year. Also, Terry Van Cannon, a good friend of ours. Hello, Pumpkin. How are you, buddy? Nice to have you on board as well. Believe me, a private joke between Terry and myself about pumpkins. Believe me, you'll get a laugh out of it, actually.
Is he the guy with the pumpkins?
Yeah, he is. About 10 million.
Oh my God.
So you can understand why I keep calling him Pumpkin, can't you?
Yeah, I can.
Really.
Mark doesn't have a clue.
I have no clue.
Terry Van Cannon, he comes out of North Carolina, absolute master at the slide steel guitar, lap steel guitar, and believe me, talented beyond his years. He really, really is, and put us in touch with so many different bands from North Carolina. It's not funny as well. But in the meantime, he lets me know, and he gave me a T-shirt that had B Muse on it. And I couldn't understand what B Muse was. Van Cannon, I get the B. What's the Muse? And he goes, that's the wife. She's been my muse for many, many years. And I'm, okay, so I love that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
that's excellent.
It's nice of him to emulate his wife. In the conversations as we've got to know each other over the period of time, we find out that his wife has actually got a pumpkin farm in Mexico. And they grow, this year, about 10 million pumpkins.
Wow.
Speaking to him a couple of weeks ago, he goes, I don't want to see another pumpkin.
Forever.
Believe me, I understand. I really could. You'd be seeing them in your sleep. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no.
And I don't like pumpkin pie.
Oh my God, that's my favorite pie. I love
That's
pumpkin
why.
pie.
That's why we don't hang out and eat.
That's probably the case.
He's fussy, is he?
I like steak pie.
Oh, a steak and kidney pie?
Yeah, absolutely. Any, something like that. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Pumpkin is not
Yeah.
my. I'm with you, Donnie. I'm sorry. I don't
yeah,
like pumpkin
steak
pie
and
either. I got to be honest with you.
I don't care for apple either.
I
Oh,
don't.
it's my favourite.
I don't mind a bit of apple pie.
Blueberry and cherry.
Oh
That's
yeah,
one.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I get it. But I usually take what I'm given. To be honest with you, I'm not that choosy.
That's it.
And that's the way it really is, but I don't want to tell people that.
Yeah, true.
It's pie, it's eaten.
Now, guys, I want to talk about this before we get right into it. Indie Tunes distributors. I want to give these guys a plug. Tell me about these guys.
You want me to go?
Go ahead,
or
Don.
you?
No, go ahead. You're the one that found them. Or they found
Yeah.
us, or you found each other.
We found each other. Kenny is a good guy. It's a really super small label. After you get a zillion rejection form letters from all the big guys, a lot of them either quit or they look elsewhere. I went looking for a label, and then came across Ken. He said he'd listened to our stuff. I went there, I dropped off a CD, he listened to it there, and then I didn't hear from him. So I figured, okay, it's, another rejection. And I don't know, months, a year later, he calls me then, and he says, hey, you still want to put this stuff out? I think it's really good. And I'm thinking, like, well, why did it take a year? But you know what? He's a straight up guy, very straight up, very honest. We did everything on a handshake. That's the type of guy he is. And we did our deal. It's all verbal. We're not locked into him. He would love to see us expand. I mean, we would probably take him along in a capacity of some sort. So that's the type of guy he is. And he works for us. Now, mind you, being an indie band, as you know, I mean, you've been in the music business a long time, Grant, that if you're an indie, it's a lot of work. You're doing the front end, the back end, and everything in between. Your label basically is just distributing. But he does give us some, good points on how to do it, and like, here's how I'm going to do this, and so once we hooked up with him, it was, I don't know how it happened. It was immediate. We started getting airplay around the globe. And then, we got introduced to you people, which, like, holy moly, it's just made things take off even that much more. But Kenny is a guy that, very honest, very high integrity, will tell you if you'll do it, then we'll tell you if you won't do it. If you're going to be a one-off band or, say, a 2-song, 4-song band, well, he's not going to put all the work in. He puts in, good time for us and does everything that we ask. And then he gives me shit a lot because I can be a real pain in the ass. But great guy, straight up, Indie Tunes Records. He actually made it happen for us.
Yeah. He's also a musician, which is great. He understands what we're going through, and kind of appreciates the process that we take to put music out and all that. So we learned a lot from him, and I think we brought something to the table as well that helps him out. So there's quite a bit of synergy there between the band and Indie Tunes.
Very, very cool, guys, and thank you for explaining this, because believe me, I wanted to give this its proper due, you know what I mean, because they have done a bit of work, and we want to thank them for being introduced to you as well. So I thought that was an appropriate thing to do. Now,
That was great.
starting off the show, and believe me, I'm absolutely fascinated by the song, and I've got to be honest with you both. I have you playing in my car with this song as well, A Show of Hands. Now, tell me about this, but before you do, your client's watching. Hello, brother man, coming out of Germany. Nice to have you on board. Tell me about A Show of Hands, please, guys.
Well, Show of Hands is a new song. It was written a while back, but we never really recorded it. We did, a few little takes on it, but we decided that we were going to do because of the pandemic and such, we weren't really able to do a proper recording on a lot of things. So this is one of the songs that we recently did. Went back in the studio, Donnie, and we did things a little bit different in that we were not all together. Everybody did their parts one by one. I actually mailed in, my guitar tracks from my house, and I just went in to sing the song. But it's a song that had been written a while back. We changed it up a little bit for this particular recording. It's more or less about, I guess, kind of a commentary on society where certain people are forced to do things that they don't necessarily want to do, and it's kind of a way to maybe a little bit of rebellion that you go ahead and start, but then you go back and then you're looking for people to join in with you to rebel against that.
I absolutely love the track. I really do. As an engineer, as I've said to you before, I can't fault your guys' work. I really can't. And believe me, I hear some work from time to time and I think, what the? You know what I mean? But I love you guys' work. I really do. Having said that, and I've got to thank you for the things that you've done as well. Peter Hoffman is watching. Now, there's something interesting about Peter. Not only is he coming out of Australia, and you know how much I give Australians a bit of stick from time to time, but at the same time, got to congratulate you guys for your cricket too, by the way, in the T20 one. Well done. Harumph, as a Kiwi, But Peter Hoffman, he comes from MR Records. Now, an important guy to have watching, if you know what I mean. So we'll keep him in the back of our mind right now, because he could be very useful. He really, really could.
And who is he with again?
MR Records, coming out of Australia. Okay.
Yeah,
Having said that,
we're getting played in Australia. Yeah.
having said that, also your client is watching, coming out of Germany. Now, he has his own label, I know that, but he also does mixing, mastering, and all of that sort of stuff as well. So the important people, I feel, are watching right now. I really, really do.
Nice.
Just got a question for you. Is there really an L and a Dave? Or are they fictitious? You just put the names down here. I've never met these guys.
No, they're really there. Yeah.
There's two L's and a Dave.
Yeah.
Now you're just confusing them.
So Al Carter is our bass player, and you met him before when he's also with me in 5 Minute Walk.
Right.
He was on for that interview. So Al is the bass player for Creatures of Condition. Al Bellier is the engineer / producer that we use to record. We record at Al's studio. He's got a studio set up.
Amazing musician.
He's an instrumentalist as well, so he'll add tracks and things like that to help us out. And then Dave's our lead guitar player. So
when are we going to meet
Dave's
Dave?
around.
When are we going to meet Dave?
Well, right now, if you look real hard, you'll see Al Bellier. Hardcore Al is what we call him. He's underneath that tablecloth lurking.
Right, yeah, you've got to watch out for them. Sean
Dave
Simpson is
Bellier.
watching. Hello, darling. Nice to have you back again, Sean. Absolute pleasure to have you on board. And today we're joined by good friends of ours coming out of, Detroit. We're talking about the band Creatures of Condition. Good friends of ours, literally. Here's something that came to hand just the other day. Yesterday, in fact, breaking news, everybody. Grunge metal legends coming out of the UK. You know these guys, Reef, are coming to Galaxy. Place your hands. Yes, they're coming. So keep an eye out. Watch this space for these guys. Believe me, legends. They really are. Much like, of course, these two characters that we got there. What are you drinking? I hope it's alcoholic.
I'll bet you it isn't.
No, I don't want to take that bet. Powerade. It is too. It's Powerade.
Powerade.
Oh dear.
Powerade.
Flavoured water.
Yeah, with lots of LSD in it.
Oh, I wish. I wish. That would explain the picture in the background now.
Which background?
Yours, Donnie. The thing behind you. You've been,
The drunk head, yeah.
yeah, you've been drinking too much Powerade.
What does he call it?
Like that.
No, I usually I drink a Powerade a day,
Oh.
every day,
Okay.
only because of all the minerals and the vitamins in it, and it surpasses Gatorade. But it's hard to find now. I don't know what's going on with that.
Maybe they don't make it anymore. I haven't seen Gatorade in years, to be honest with you.
Powerade.
Alright.
Gatorade's out there.
Is
They
it?
buy up all the shelving, yeah, in the grocery stores.
Okay, well, I haven't seen it over here for ages, but yet again,
Oh, really?
we see a lot of Powerade.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah.
That's why I don't have any. It's your fault.
Yeah, we'll snap it up anytime, believe me, we will. And my favourite one is the blue one, actually.
Mine too.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of like that
So
one.
the wife's favorite is the blue.
Oh, look, we're going to get on handsomely then, aren't we? We'll have the wife's blessing. What are you talking about, York? All colours become more brilliant.
Behind.
Behind what? Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, Don?
Yeah.
A drumhead.
Yeah, absolutely. Now I understand.
With LSD.
I thought he was talking about the LSD that
Yeah.
Donnie was on. Literally.
You
Oh,
should try my brown. You should try my brownies.
Peter Hoffman says that the Australian cricketers drink it as well, so it's all cool. Thank you, Peter. No,
There we go.
your client was talking about Powerade. Okay, fair enough. Exactly. Yeah, done. All right. I'm not getting into this. I'm not, really. It's like having three walls. What happened to the fourth wall? Did the builder rip you off? Why three walls?
Because I think the curtain says it all.
Tell me about three walls. How did you come to this?
I guess I gotta tell this.
I want to
This is
say
a-
it because Mark told me the story, but I won't tell him who.
Okay, I want to. Okay, so this song is based on an event that I witnessed, and then I turned it into a song. So basically, I was in Toronto at the time on business, and we had gone to my co-workers and I had gone to a gentleman's club.
What's that? What's a hold on, explain to me. I don't know what one of them is.
Oh, yeah.
A gentleman's club is a club by the airport.
What you do is dance.
Yeah, they're also
Okay,
known
so-
as
Anyway, so we're in there with a bunch of guys, and who comes in through the door is I see someone that was a lead singer of a very popular band at the time in Toronto, well, actually Canada, with a couple bodyguards. And they walked through, and this particular lead singer was not walking too straight, had probably a pops in him. And they go right past all of us into some rooms in the back, which have curtains. So it's three walls and a curtain. So a couple weeks later, I'm writing some music, and I thought about this, and I used that as a basis for coming up with the song about an adventure of somebody going out all night and just hitting the fires and all that, and just having a good time.
We don't say who it is, Grant, because you do know them.
Oh, I'm going to ask you off here now. I've got to know about this one. But breaking, and I've got to be honest with you guys, I've played this a number of times, just haven't said much to anybody about it, literally. And believe me, we've had a huge response. Everybody wanted to know everything there was to know about it. So, without further ado, here at Galaxy, here is Creatures and Condition breaking worldwide three walls. That's funny, Mark.
It's true. It's a true story.
I love it.
Mark,
Nice to
all
meet
these
you.
things that Mark
Hello,
writes
guys.
about are things that he experiences
Absolutely. But I keep it gray.
Because it can get interpreted differently.
in the twilight zone of his mind.
All right, so Mark, don't write a song about DJ Grant. It won't sell a thing.
Oh my God, we got to stop that recording then, Don.
Ah, bugger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for screwing that up.
Oh,
Grant.
mate, it's away with the Lost Patrol.
Yeah.
Hi, dear. Oh,
Oh, that's from Mr. Hoffman.
it is.
Yeah, Peter.
Dear,
So
dear, dear.
we met yesterday. He's interested in sending music.
Really cool, really cool. I'll be looking forward to hearing some. By the way, thank you, Peter. Great show, love it. Well done to all. Well, thank you very much. It's an absolute pleasure. And you know something, Peter? It's not easy to be able to do these shows, but it gets so much more fantastic when you've got bands like Creatures of Condition join you. It is brilliant. It
Okay,
is.
Terry's asked a question. We've got to know.
We've got to know who the rock star is now. Do num num num. Believe me, guys, you'd be put on the spot. Yeah.
I must have lived.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. And your client says you are, Terry, as usual. Yep. Dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Terry's very inquisitive. He really, really is.
He wants to meet everyone.
He wants to meet everybody. He
Like
does.
everyone,
He's
yeah.
such a great guy, Terry is.
Yes.
I have a lot of time for Terry, I really do. And love Christy Jackson as well.
Hi, Terry.
She's an artist that worked with Terry Van Cannon. And Terry gave us this song called Carolina Blue. And I kid you not, loved it, loved it, loved it. But it was a female singer on it. And it's not, you know, Terry. I went, who's this? It took him months to tell me who it was. So finally, I asked him, will you please set up an interview? He did that. Wonderful lady. Absolutely
Nice.
fantastic.
Great.
Galaxy.
That's right, you're listening to and being a part of Galaxy 107 FM, where we're going all the way over to Detroit today to catch up with good friends of ours, Creatures of Condition, and believe me, I am absolutely a big fan of their work. I really, really am. Ryan Cohen is watching. Nice to have you on board, Ryan. And also Brian Smith. Hey, yes, Smitty, how are you, my friend? Nice to have you back again. Believe me, fantastic group. Creatures of Condition this morning. They really, really are. And guys, how's this pandemic thing holding up for you guys? Are you starting to get back to the looking at doing some work? Are you gigging yet?
Well,
We're
Go ahead,
recording.
yeah,
Sorry.
we are recording.
Recording. I'm back in the studio this coming Saturday, which is your Sunday. I'll be in there. We've got songs already sitting in the queue, ready to go. So that's what we've been doing during the pandemic. As far as shows, there isn't any. And I am not going to go into a bar band to play for $35, $50 a night. Because, I mean, I understand the bars are all starting up again. And so right now they're just hiring singles, duos, and three-piece band. They can't afford it. They've been really shut down, but it shut down us too. And just imagine, Grant, you being a sound tech engineer, these companies that have millions of dollars tied up in gear that do festivals, they still got their monthly payments on all that stuff, man, and they've been shut out, eh?
Well,
So, like, it's hard.
I got to be honest with you, Donnie. I don't need to imagine it because I have half shares of an international entertainment company with Barbara, and
Right.
she brings bands into the country. We're a one-stop shop, literally. We do all the logistics, everything from building a stage with scaffolding, the whole deal, the sound system, the lighting, the staff, the whole enchilada, right down to where you want to be on stage, and maybe even, what you want for breakfast. You know what I mean? So we take care of pretty much everything. And as you say, Donnie, we've been closed down now for about 2 years. Haven't done a single show. We've lost a lot of staff, unfortunately, and we're going to have to recoup that way as well when we get back up and running. Luckily, we own pretty much everything, so we don't have to pay out on anything like that. But we still have to keep in touch with our venues and promoters and people like that for the chance that maybe, just maybe, the government sooner or later are going to say, okay, we're going to open up the borders, you're allowed in. I can see a passport thing going on, if you've been stabbed a couple of times, then, come in. Hopefully we're going to sooner or later get away from this MIQ thing, the managed quarantine thing, you know what I mean? And start to get some sort of normal back in our lives. And I'm sure Australia feels the same way as well. Because right now, as far as music and entertainment goes, even some of our biggest concerts right now are not being held. And we have things like the Grapevine Festival in Gisborne. I don't see that going ahead, literally. And a number of the others, including the One Love Festival. It's been a sad time. And
and the scary part about that too, Grant, is a person such as yourself and Barbara, if you put on a show and you start putting out for that show and they decide to lock down, you're out.
Completely out of pocket. Yeah, believe me.
So we really have to, we can't be angry about it because it's for the protection of all. I understand that. But it's got to break sooner or later. I mean, we just can't continue.
The one thing to think about though is the fact that this pandemic has really taught us to work a little differently though too. A lot of us want to stay creative. So I know, like for Creatures, we've been blessed that we've been able to record some things remotely and kind of cobble them together, individually, and then kind of mix it down and put that out there. The other projects that I have going on, we just started not that long ago getting back together because we're allowed to do that, and kind of reacquainting ourselves with some of that music and getting ready to do live shows when it starts up again. And then I've been working with another songwriter, collaborating together to put music out for soundtracks, video games, those kind of things. So there's a lot of outlets to stay creative. What I really miss the most is getting in front of people and actually performing. That's tough to not be able to do that.
I am there with you, Mark. I really, really am. I love doing the shows. I love being out there on stage as well, even if it is just me playing the pool. And I do that naturally. It's no worries. But at the same time, Mark, I'm being told that I'm going to have to move on very, very quickly. So just one last request. Are you going to be recording new stuff? I know that Donnie mentioned you're recording new stuff. Will you come back again? Will you release it with us again?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very, very cool. Thank you for taking part today. Thank you for your time. It's been an absolute pleasure. Don't forget, give L and David a poke in the eye for me, won't you?
We'll bring cutouts next time.
Yeah, we'll bring cutouts.
Very cool. I tell you what, I'll just head over to the other studio. Don't go anywhere just yet because we're going to do the photo thing. And by the way, this time something new. We're going to make a cartoon out of you.
Oh, great. Oh, good. That's excellent.
I've been told I was a cartoon.
Yeah, well, you're animated anyway.
Can you put me in a cake?
Barbara can work wonders, believe me. Anyway, let's go to the other studio. Coming back soon, of course, we're going to be joined by another Canadian. Yes, we're going to catch up with a good friend of ours, Dan Washburn. If you're going to watch this over on YouTube later, don't forget, sub, thumb, bell. Bingo. Catch you soon.
Galaxy 107 FM.